What's up YouTube? Welcome to more trades. So this video is going to be taking a look at the macros and just recapping on what I said before. Over here we have the weekly chart of Bitcoin on Bitstamp. I just have it on because Bitstamp has more data, goes back to the beginning of Bitcoin. As you see, I mentioned this before that we've only had this a few times, the red and the blue line, the 10 EMA crosses below the 100 EMA. And each time you see that at this time when we had this drop, we had this crossover, you say probably on this candle. Our next candle, if we take it from the bottom, but I'll take it from the top over here, we had about a good drop of 46%. But you say we take it from the bottom over here, we haven't gotten 47%. We're at 42, but I think it's about 47%. It's much better to look at it that way. And if we go to the past, it only happened twice before. It happened once here. If you look at this, when we had this crossover, the crossover happened over here. The next candle was here. We had a small dump of 30%. But if you want to look at it at where the crossover happened, from there, it's around 50%, or let's look at it from there all the way down, it's around 43%. So over here, what was it? If we look exactly where the crossover happened, if we say the crossover happened over here, and we take it from here, that's about 44%. So almost the same thing. That's once, twice, and over here we just had a fake out. We already looked at this one, and if we go back, we have another one at 2014, I believe, where the red crossed down the blue, the 10 crossed the 100. The reactions are always strong to the downside, and you can see to the upside. We had the crossover over here on this candle, and if we measure it, it will give us around 58%. Let's go up. 57%. So we're at that range now. Could we be done with the dump, or could we have another 57%? Could we complete, if we say Bitcoin is going to go 57% from where the crossover happened? What am I doing? The crossover happened over here, say over here, and we're going to go 57% down. That would be an insane drop to 13,300, which is in confluence with this yellow EMA that I have over here, and that's the 500 EMA. We've never touched it in Bitcoin's history because it wasn't there on the weekly until 2021. So now, I was telling you before that this orange line over here, where we're kissing now, is the 300 EMA, and I was telling you before that we've never closed and opened below it. We've never closed below it. We wicked it on the weekly and went back up, and throughout Bitcoin's whole history on the weekly. And now we closed below it. We actually touched, or were so close to touching, the 400 EMA on the weekly. And now we have 1, 2 candles open and closed, and we're having a third one that may open and close today, and that won't be good for Bitcoin. And I was telling you before that I expect a red July. Well, July started off bullish, green. I might be wrong, but I still believe that we're going to have a red candle of the month of July. That means further down. And the reason why is I did a Fibonacci calculation. I didn't come up with this. I've seen it on another video. I don't remember who. Shout out to whoever did that. But the amount of candles it took Bitcoin on the monthly, somehow you calculate the amount of candles it took to dump and then to pump, and you do a division and you get the Fibonacci golden ratio. And at the moment, it looks like if we do have the red July, then we're gonna see, oh yeah, Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember exactly, but there is a calculation. You calculate the number of candles it took to pump, to the candles it took to dump, or you look at the candles it took in the last dump, and you divide it with the number of candles on this dump from the peak, and you get it. And that gives you, somehow it gives you a golden Fibonacci ratio, and for that to come true, we need to have one more month, red month. That's just projections. It's nothing guaranteed. It's like somehow looking in a crystal ball, trying to figure out, but you're trying to compare past performance and future results. So I looked at past performance and there was this relationship, and I'm trying to apply it now if it works. On this chart, I have some important levels at the moment. Sorry, not levels. At the moment, I believe we're in the fifth wave down, the final and fifth wave from 69K, which you can see in white. If we take that off, in white, the wave number 5 in white is over here. But the thing is, I believe we're further down to go. I believe we're completing the 4 or trying to complete it with this sideways movement we're having. And then we're going to go down. This reminds me so much of what happened just before the previous dump. And it reminds me of what happened when we wicked down to about 40K. When we're dropping from 69K, we wicked down 40K and we went sideways for a while. Then we dumped, then we were at the 30K region and we went sideways and we dumped. Sort of like a stairway movement downwards. But I believe we'll have a red July. I might be wrong. We have Fibonacci coming. Fibonacci time coming in a few days, and Fibonacci time has I've been able to tell you when big moves will happen in advance, days in advance. I gave you that Fibonacci time on the 10th, and I believe on the 13th, 15th, I think on the 19th and 23rd of last month, and now we're having one coming up on the 13th. The timing for that exactly would be around 12 a.m. GMT time on this line, but I always have this green dotted line drawn, vertical line, because I realize that whenever I have a Fibonacci time, some action happens this distance before the Fibonacci time. I'll show you how Fibonacci time played out previously when I gave you heads up. You could have been ready for a move up or down and taken advantage of that time. For starters, I gave you this. This was the most recent one. I told you on the 3rd of July and on the 4th of July, 2 days in a row. It happened, and it was, you need to remember, it was a bank holiday. It was the 4th of July in America, but we still got a significant pump to this upside to 22,000 plus. We had a fib time over here. I told you that in advance. 30th of June. We had one here. 27th of June. You can see the reactions at these lines happening. We had one here. And it goes on. I've given them since, I think I started giving them out maybe on the 9th of June or 10th of June. Before the 9th of June, in advance, I told you that fib time is coming. Yeah, so Fibonacci time, our EMAs and our levels, 20,400 must hold at least, even if we have a liquidity grab below that. I'm fine with that, but if it doesn't hold, then we're coming down lower. There's no way around it. I feel that if we cannot hold up to this wick at 20,400, this lower wick, grab liquidity and go up, I think we're coming down for further liquidity. Thanks if you've been watching till now. I hope you like the videos. Please hit the likes, subscribe to my channel. I post short updates and sometimes I go live. Thanks for